When we're looking at trying to correct this issue, we have to look at the digestive malfunctions that are going on. It's very common for someone not to be making enough stomach acid, and it's also very common for this bile to become too thick and sticky to flow correctly. And then all these things are not coming down into the duodenum and triggering everything else to happen, and it can really cause a lot of havoc. So any malfunctions that are going on are very important, especially this acidification thing. And there's ways a person can acidify their stomach using betaine HCl capsules. Some people might be able to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar, but that's usually not going to be enough for someone that's dealing with slow motility. Plus the ACV can magnify this water traffic problem for some people. So we really like for people to look at their chemistry and understand where their body is and get an idea of what the actual underlying causes are for them. So if you're new to this channel and you don't know how to do that, we'll put a link in the description below for our totally free digestion course. And that totally free course will walk you through figuring out what's going on with your specific system and steps that are really going to help you correct those things. So that can be important, but if there's an overgrowth, we also need to take steps to reduce that overgrowth. There's lots of natural steps a person can take to kind of wipe out bad bacteria or fungal issues in the stomach. We have a lot of videos where we talk about that, but that free course will walk you through that too. And then if someone's dealing with an anabolic imbalance, that can be important. And that free course walks you through figuring out if that might be a problem for you as well. But when you can re-acidify the stomach and even take steps to help the stomach make more hydrochloric acid on its own, now you're going to have an acidic bolus moving through here so that when these other alkaline substances come in, it will end up at the right pH to move through. And everything's being signaled to move through. All these contractions and relaxations that happen, they say that it's by the stretch, but it seems that there's also other signals, and the pH of what's going through there seems to be a major factor for that. And when you can reduce the overgrowth, now they're not putting out all that alkaline waste that's going to slow things down, and things can move through at the right pace. The trick is when you're trying to acidify, a lot of people, especially if they're just going to use betaine HCl capsules, if there's an overgrowth in there, putting acid in there is going to magnify a lot of the symptoms that you're dealing with because you have all this acid mixing with this alkaline waste, and it creates this fizzy mess in the stomach where it really shouldn't be. So somebody really wants to know how to use HCl. So that free course that I talked about in the description below will show you how to use that the right way and to understand the steps that you might need to take before it's time to use that HCl to reduce any magnification of symptoms that might come about.